What's going on with y'all young boys? It's Jay Zim reporting for duty, and today I'm gonna be giving y'all the top point guards in Basketrio. We're gonna be going over the 500 rated point guards. We're gonna be seeing which ones are good and which ones are not as good. Without further ado, let's get into it. First, we're gonna start off with my boy Frank. Now, I really don't like this dude because of his name, Frank, bro. That's a little AO. But his passives are Magic 2. It fairly increases his layup and dunk range and contact for 3.5 seconds after using a dash. So this means that after dashing, you'll have 3.5 seconds to get to the rack and utilize his passive. His passive will allow you to dunk from an extended range and make a bigger offensive impact for your team. Now, offensively, there's two playstyles that can be used when using Frank. One, there's isolation, and two, there's just being a floor spacer. Whichever play style that you go for, you're always gonna want to use that jumper pass, just because of how far of a layup and dunk range that Frank has. You would normally go for Frank if you want to apply pressure towards the defense, or you just want to be a scoring point guard. But like I said earlier, make sure you have jumper pass equipped so that you can diversify your offense, and make sure you have a lot of tricks, because one thing I've noticed with this game is that the more tricks you have, the higher chance you have of activating your dunk, while also having the dunk focus skill, of course. I definitely say Frank is one of the better point guards because of how much of a impact he is on the offensive floor. Now we're gonna get into Lumi. Lumi was actually a character that I was considering getting. I don't really like the character design because I don't understand what's going on here. I just don't. But her passive, stay in the opponent's interruption zone for 1 second to fairly increase interception and steal rate for 5 seconds. 5 seconds is a pretty long time, and all you have to do is get into the interruption zone of your opponent while he's dribbling the ball. Now, this is a great passive to have in general when playing defensively as a point guard. It's really good against dash point guards who like to wait for their shooting guard or small forward to get open after a screen, because they have the ball in their possession for so long and for so many possessions. So if you can get into the interruption zone and set yourself up for that intercept, you have a higher chance of doing it because of her passive. She's definitely one of the better point guards. Next, we have Avis. I definitely say Avis is one of the lower tier point guards. Her passive, for each successful assist, fairly increased good pass rate. Effect can be stacked 3 times. It can be very useful in certain situations, but if you're a solo queue player like myself, this passive it's not as good, because generally when you're playing with solo queue or you get solo queue matchmaking, you're getting put with players who don't utilize the pass. They're normally dribbling, and they usually won't take open shots. Don't get me wrong, a nice path buff is really good, but there's other passives, there's other point guards who can make a bigger impact on the court than Avis. You dig? So with that being said, we're gonna get into another point guard that I'm considering buying, and it's Elky, man. Now, I love everything about this character: the design, the passive, and the attribute boosts that come with the character. Her passive fairly increases interception rate when falling behind, and I'm almost always in this situation because of how much solo queue I play. My team is usually always trailing. So if I can put up a different impact or a bigger impact on the defensive end when we're losing, this will give us a higher chance of winning, because more intercepts equals more possessions, and more possessions equals a higher chance of scoring. I don't know about y'all, bro, but I'm gonna definitely have to partake in some Elky action, bro. Next, we have Laura. Laura isn't currently out in NA yet. Her passive slightly increases interception / steal rate against players with special status, as in double dribbling. This is basically the face up animation. When you get the opponent to bump into you, when they're in that position, you get a higher chance of stealing. When they try to do a pump fake, you get a higher chance of stealing. And in all of those situations, you basically get a boost in your steal attribute. If you're a good defender when it comes to getting those face-up animations and predicting the pump fakes, this is definitely the character for you. And by all means, go ahead and copy Laura, bro. You're gonna put this to great use. She's definitely one of the top players, and I feel like I'm gonna see a lot of people running around with her when she actually drops. Now, last and least, we have Lana. Lana has not dropped in NA yet, but we should be getting her soon. Her passive, it increases her speed and loose pull dive range. Now, this has to be one of the worst passives I've ever seen, bro, on a point guard. But hey, if getting loose balls is your thing, bro, go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Who am I to judge? Who am I to put you down? You know what I'm saying? Lana is definitely one of the lower tier point guards in the game. Hold on, though. These boneheads in here chatting. Hold on, man. You idiots. Yeah. Shut up. I'm filming. Yeah. What they gonna do now? Shut up. I'm filming. Alright, but anyway, man, this is the end of the video. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoyed, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out, man. Wire.